boss. Our next witness is Ronnie Smith. Welcome. Please proceed when you're ready.
Chairman Thomas, members of the city, thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Ronnie Smith, and I'm a disabled veteran from Athens, Ohio. I own a company called SohioBoyz, and I'm also in the process of starting a nonprofit called Ohio's Homegrown Veterans. My mission is to help as many veterans as I can by giving them an alternative route instead of the aftercare offered by the VA. After high school, I had no direction in life except for alcohol and whatever else I could get my hands on. I found myself in constant trouble with the law, so I signed up for the Army. I was assigned to the 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault, out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I spent a deployment in Baghdad, Iraq from 05 to 06. I was also promoted to sergeant. Shortly after returning from the war, I was honorably discharged from the military. So they sent me on my way with a handful of pills and said, good luck. Spent the next 10 years battling my addictions from the prescriptions. Had a hard time developing a relationship with anyone except for the pills. The pills became my new best friend. I still had the war in my head, but the pills made everything seem okay. Started growing cannabis during this time and was finding some peace. Unfortunately, the peace I was finding through growing this plant was constantly being interrupted by the law telling me it was wrong. I've been busted 4 times indoors in Athens County, where I now grow freely. I'm a veteran advocate for cannabis in the community, and I'm part of a panel that teaches a homegrown workshop at the Cannabis Museum. Come check it out if you want. Teach you guys how to grow. I give free seeds and free weed to veterans. These veterans are happy to get the medicine I give to them. Most are stuck in the same shoes I found myself in. Pills, pills, and more pills. No quality of life, stuck at home with depression, anxiety, and a bunch of unhealed traumas. Anger, failed relationships, and a hard time trying to cope, just to name a few. The cannabis laws in place allow me to give to these veterans. If the laws get changed, it will prevent me from doing so. I will not stop giving free weed to veterans on the regular. And I will not do that. They like it, and I'm helping people. So I do this a few times per year, and I've been doing it more and more with the amount of medicine that's being donated to me for this cause. Ohio's trying to prevent me from giving free medicine to veterans who need it and can't afford it, and that's just wrong. Please stop trying to change something that's working and focus your time on helping us grow more. We need more plants so we can continue growing and healing. This plant is here for a reason and is the safest medicine on earth. Thank you for your time. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Mr. Smith, thank you for your testimony and thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Ranking Member Isaacson, question.
Thank you, Chair. Sir, thank you for your service and thank you for your advocacy and your passion. It really comes across, and we need more veterans taking care of one another.
Thank you, man.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
My question for you is, the country sent you to go fight for freedom and to spread freedom. Would you say that you are here advocating to make and continue the state being more free or less free?
Can you repeat that, please?
Are you advocating for the state of Ohio to have more freedom or less freedom?
More freedom. Absolutely. Yeah, because I fought for this plant. I fought for this country, right? Came back, stuck with the war, fed the pills, right? Nothing worked, man. I went to prison. I did 5 years in prison. So I did 5 years in prison, read some books in prison, read the Bible, read the Teachings of Buddha, read the Tao Te Ching, trying to understand what this world's about and what I'm here to do, right? I found out, man, it's for me to get out, build my genetics company, which I successfully done, and to give as much weed as I can to the people who need it and can't afford it. And number one is my veterans. I'll get a little story. Last night I'm in Menards in Athens, right? I'm in there taking a piss. This guy walks in. He's like on crutches, right? And I can hear him grunting. Got a fire department shirt on out of Albany, Ohio. I live in Athens. And I was sitting there washing my hands. I couldn't help, man. I heard him grunting. He's leaning over. I'm like, sir, you look like you're in a lot of pain. I'd like to help you. He's like, I'm in a lot of pain, right? Walk outside, get my number, have my girl walk out the car, get some medicine, my medicine bag, come in, give him some hash rosin gummies, right? That were handcrafted by a kid that been in an event with me last weekend. I gave him them hash rosin gummies. Went to the back of the store. It's where him and his wife was at. I met him, met his wife, and they thanked me so much. He's got the pills. He got the narcotics, but he don't want the narcotics. He don't like the way they make him feel, man. He don't like that. So he's in there in pain and grunting. So I'm waiting today. He's going to call me today and let me know how the medication worked for him. So if it works for him, I got RSO that gets donated to me in large jars, and I put it in these syringes, and I give it to people who need it, man. And it really helps a lot of people. It does. And I set up in Athens. Here's the thing in Athens. I'm on paper right now. I got 4 years stored in my head from prison, right? I set up in Athens a booth, my SohioBoyz stuff, and get free weed and seize the veterans at her grow shop in Athens, man. And the community's fine with it. The sheriff, the cops, they're totally fine with that. And I'm on paper in that county. I don't know.
Further question?
Yes, thank you, Chairman. Thank you for coming in, sharing your story. As Rep. Isaacson mentioned, thank you for your service. Everything. It's very inspiring.
Thank you.
This is going to sound weird, but I'll just you appear to be in pretty good physical condition.
Sure.
So do you work out, exercise?
Sure I do. Yep. I'm actually running. I'm actually in better shape now. I was in the Army. I ran like a 12:08 2-mile. Now I can run like a 13-minute 2-mile. So I'm like about the same. I was in the Army. They was giving me pills while I was in the Army. I was sorting pills in the bathroom during formations, literally. In Iraq, I was in the Porta John smelling shit, sorting pills as an addict, man. Wasn't in no kind of shape, wasn't in any kind of mind state to take care of any kind of mission, right? They was giving me the pills, fighting the war for these guys, giving me just the I got out, dude. I was lost, really. I'm still kind of lost. I healed myself from the war. I just don't understand what that war is about to this day. I really don't. I was fighting a bunch of people that weren't my enemies. I clearly saw it in their eyes that they did not want to fight against me. I feel really bad about some of the things I did over there, man. But I'm healed from that stuff. And I'm trying to get the rest of this shit figured out. Sorry.
Thank you. Understood. I guess my follow-up and my whole point in even asking that is that there's a stigma out there that
Sure.
cannabis users are lazy and they sit around. And,
Yeah. I'm in the gym every day, man.
So
I run once a week just to make sure I can maintain that. And I'm always there. I turkey hunt. I guide kids. I guide veterans on turkey hunts with my time. I do that out of my heart, man. I just love giving and helping people. And that gym, I've met so many people in there, business owners out of Athens, Butcher Bites, the guy that owns the gym. The guy that owned the gym, I taught him how to grow weed, man. Like the Butcher Bites guy, I'm able to trade weed plants for my meals, man, in Athens. So, and yeah, I'm in there every day, and these guys respect me. When I first walk in there, I smell like weed. I got weed hoodies on. Yeah, man. And I go in there and go hard as all of them, and they respect that. And I hope you guys respect that too. Thank you. Yep.
Representative Timms with the question.
Thank you, Chair, and to the witness. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing your story. We really felt your passion and are really grateful for your service.
Thank you.
To keep us all safe. I guess one question I have is, and I know there's probably a number of things in the bill that will harm you, but what is the most devastating portion of the bill that would affect your business and what you are currently doing in Athens?
My thing is the gifting. So I found that's my meaning right now, man. I did a giveaway today. I jumped on Facebook on my way here and said I'm going to continue fighting for this plant. They're trying to make it where I can't give, so I'm going to go ahead and give a half ounce of Bubba Kush grown in living organic soil that was donated to me by somebody. They're all in there hitting on it. They want that free Bubba Kush. Like, I like giving. That's giving me, makes me feel, it gives me a meaning in life. So what it does, I like to help people, and then people look up to me and rely on me for help, and that's where I'm at right now. So that's why I'm not going to let them people down. I've done started giving something and developing something for these people, a hub to come and get medicine freely, right, in Athens for veterans, for people that got cancer, for really anybody that needs it. I'm getting so much given to me and gifted to me that I have a big bag of weed like this to give. Like, I don't have enough people to give it to. So, and the people I'm giving it to are really grateful. They're on there once a week thanking me. I mean, they want more. Sure they do. And I want to make it where I can continue to give more and more, because there's plenty of donations. There's plenty of herb. All the weed they grow that gets tore up every year, or that stuff can be given to me to give to these veterans. So there's plenty of weed that's getting destroyed because of whatever, right? And I want to give weed away. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So that's what would bother me about it.
Sure. Yes.
And in your opinion, and based on your experience, are there any limitations you would be open to or that you would consider as it comes to the transportation and movement of marijuana?
Can you say that again?
Are there any limitations or constraints?
Absolutely.
That you would support?
Sure. Yep. I mean, yeah, because I need to haul weed, absolutely, to give it away. Is that what you mean? I don't know what your question is, honestly.
is there a limit that you would agree with in terms of giving it to someone? Would you give somebody?
I give a quarter ounce of weed to people and a gram of Rick Simpson oil and 3 seeds. I don't know.
So, okay, the chair,
Follow up.
follow up, thank you. I guess I'll ask a clarifying question. This committee, we are trying to come up with legislation and policy that would essentially, despite I disagree with a lot of us in here,
Sure.
but some of it is, I understand the intention of it, right?
Okay.
And the intention is to protect the public and keep people safe, to protect them from overdosing or overindulging in marijuana. And my question to you as someone who gives it away, is there an amount that you yourself would limit? If you were a lawmaker, how much would you limit or restrain so that people couldn't overindulge or overuse marijuana?
I don't think you can overuse marijuana though. I honestly do. Last night I ate 2 grams of Rick Simpson oil, which is around 2,000 milligrams, and I function totally fine. I mean, I understand some people get high, but they're not getting high and acting crazy, right? They're getting high and going laying down. They're not getting in their car and driving, and that ain't what they're doing. If somebody gets too high, is going to lay down somewhere. They get paranoid, right? And they don't want to be in public. They don't want to be out driving a car. No, they want to get somewhere. They're not going to be driving a car because they're not going to get in the car and drive if they got too much marijuana. It's a stigma thing, right? It's exactly what it is. That's why I mentioned weed in here. We're weed heads. You guys, we're doing weed heads, but it's medicine now. So I like transition that. But it's a stigma thing and it always will be. But people don't like it or going to continue to not like it, right? That's fine. But respect us.
Great. Any other questions? Representative Sinberg.
Just as follow-up, and like when you have this fire officer that came to you, that you saw last night, a couple nights ago, the fire
Yeah,
officer,
last night. Yep.
do you give a warning of, hey, here's how I'm going to give you, here's how much you should
Yeah.
consume?
I give a recommended dose. Yeah, these were 20 milligrams a piece, hash rosin and gummies. A normal dose for people's like 10. So I told him to take a quarter of that, which would be like 5 milligrams. I said, call me tomorrow. Let me know what that did for you. Then we'll go from there. Tomorrow you can take, half of that. You can take a whole half. Then maybe if that's okay with you, if that ain't feeling nothing, take a whole one. So I do recommend. I don't worry about somebody overdosing. That ain't never been a thing. Nobody's ever overdosed on marijuana ever. So I recommend a dose. And if he went home and took too much, he sleeps all night and sleeps 2 extra hours in the morning. You might like that. It's still medicine. We only sleep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Seeing no further questions, thank you for your testimony. There were 3 people who were on the list. I just thought I'd check again. Is Kat Packer here? Ashley Mosby, Charles Ellis, Cameron Motley. It's the 4, sorry. If you've not seen them,